All right. So my last story also comes to us from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, because of course I would pick two from the same city where my grandmother's from. So the Retlaw Theater and the Old Retlaw Hotel. Both of these establishments are in Fond du Lac and were originally owned by Walter Schroeder, which Retlaw is Walter backwards. And it is believed that he haunts both the hotel and the Retlaw Theater where he was apparently murdered. So the theater is believed to not only be haunted by Walter himself, but also actors who performed there. These reports came when the theater was remodeled to be used by Bravo Theater and then was later made into the Fusion Cafe, which we all know that remodelings and stuff really ramp up the activity of supernatural means. Many of the workers and volunteers reported hearing footsteps on the stage when no one was on or near the stage. Seats creaking and moving on their own, sounds of clapping heard at night, and figures reported to be seen just off stage and in the basement storage area. There have also been reports that the hinged door on the stage floor would be left closed at night, but in the morning it would be open when the workers returned.
This is giving Phantom of the Opera vibes.
Right. Well, at the hotel, he likes to turn on faucets and lights, as well as banging on the walls. Screaming has been heard coming from room 717, followed by the door of that room violently shaking as if it has been kicked. It's being kicked from the inside. But when employees enter, there is no one there. Guests who stay in that room report experiencing hair pulling, the TV randomly changing channels, and the lights and the faucets being turned on and off by themselves. His apparition has also been seen on the property. Which, if Danny and I decide to take a trip to Wisconsin in the future, I want to stay here. And maybe even stay.
Research trip?
Exactly. And possibly even stay in room 717.
I'm out. Go
um,
have fun.
on wearegreenbay.com, there is a story that was given to them by a former employee. One night after a successful gala, the former employee began cleaning up the bar area and loading up the bar cart. The former employee estimates it was around 12:30 a.m. when they rolled the bar cart into the elevator and hit the button that should have taken them to the first floor. However, that didn't happen. After pushing the button for the first floor, the former employee said that the elevator started going up in the opposite direction. The employee began to panic and recalls that the elevator ride was the fastest and the slowest ride they have ever been on. And they were quoted as saying it was almost like time stood still. Finally, the elevator stopped and abruptly opened its doors, and at that moment, the former employee realized that they were on the seventh floor. After exiting the elevator, the employee says they tried to grab the bar cart, but before they could, the elevator doors shut, leaving them trapped on the seventh floor and the unattended bar cart alone in the elevator. More panic began to set in as the former employee was well aware of the chilling stories that plagued the hotel, and more specifically the seventh floor. Oddly, just as quickly as the doors had shut, the employee says the elevator suddenly opened and the bar cart was gone. The former employee got back on the elevator, which personally I probably would not have done, and began to worry that someone had taken the bar cart that they were responsible for. However, upon reaching the first floor, the former employee says that when the elevator doors opened, the missing bar cart was right there, intact, and waiting next to the elevator. The former employee began asking the hotel staff at that time if they had maybe just moved the bar cart from the elevator, and they all said no. Spooked and confused, the former employee finished their nightly duties and headed home for the night. On their drive home, they realized that there was a small tear in the right shoulder of their relatively new uniform. Yet, after everything they had just experienced, a small tear to their uniform was the last thing that they were worried about. However, when they arrived home and began changing out of their work clothes, they found something a little bit more too horrifying to really kind of ignore. Upon taking their work uniform off, the former employee reports having found scratches and bruises all over their body. I get home, a direct quote was, "I get home and change and notice 3 huge scratches from my shoulder across my chest, ending at my left hip, and a bruise on my left arm. It was so bizarre." And I didn't put it in my notes, but that's not the reason why they quit working at the hotel. That would have been my reason.
Yeah, that would have been my reason. Y'all had fun staying on that one. You know, that I thought about it though. You know, what would be awesome? Just kind of, you put the things out in the universe, and, set your intentions.
Right, manifesting
things. You know what would be awesome? Research trip with Selena Spooky Boo.
That would be cool.
She'd be down for this.
I'm sure. And it's close to Canada.
See, Selena, if you're listening, I love you. Let's do it, sister. All right, I've got one more story and then a little something to lighten the mood. But this last story that I have for you guys, Boy Scout Lane. Located in Portage County, Wisconsin, Boy Scout Lane is a dead-end, unpaved road that was allegedly the site of an accident that resulted in the deaths of an entire scout troop in the 1950s or 60s. The site has been the subject of numerous paranormal investigations, and people have been known to go at night to hopefully have a paranormal experience. It should be noted that this land is privately owned now, and according to our source, it is off limits to the public, so don't go hunting. We are not telling you that it's okay by any stretch of the imagination.
Right. I'll usually put a disclaimer in there if I know, Bentley Cemetery,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do it, guys.
Don't be trying nothing.
There have been many tales of what happened at this site over 50 years ago. One tale says that the scout troop, one tale says that the scout troops were camped out in the woods, and one of the boys accidentally dropped a lantern that caused a forest fire that killed the entire troop. Another version says that the scouts were killed in a bus accident. Others say that the entire scout troop and their leaders vanished into the woods without a trace. In all accounts, the boys are said to haunt the woods of Boy Scout Lane. Some have reported feeling a strange sense of foreboding and a strong feeling of being watched. Others have reported that they have heard footsteps in all directions. That's terrifying. Can you imagine being in the woods and then you just hear footsteps from every direction closing in on you?
I'd shit my pants.
Oh my god. It's also been said that unusual lights that resemble flashlights or lanterns swing in the night. Ghostly buses or figures have also been seen along Boy Scout Lane or in the woods nearby. The land surrounding the road was once owned by the Boy Scouts of America, and a camp was planned but never built. A website maintains that there are no records of any fatal forest fires, deadly accidents, or mysterious disappearances in the area of the road, but the rumors and experiences still persist. Just the idea of kid ghosts.
Oh, little kid ghosts freak me out.
That I don't like the children ghost. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't do it. I don't do it at all.
So I picked one for you to tell of kid ghosts.
Oh, fantastic.
You're
This
welcome.
is, you love me.
Yeah.
Okay, so now to kind of lighten the mood, I have found a list of crazy laws in Wisconsin.
Which I have not, I haven't even like looked at this list, so this is all new for me.
Oh, get ready. Buckle in because this is a roller coaster.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
promise you, everybody in Wisconsin has broken several of these. All right, so number one, um, the Wisconsin statutes, section 146.085,
Mm.
says the owner or manager of any public building may not allow an admission fee to be charged for the use of any toilet compartment. Just a few sections later, section 146.22, the law forbids the Department of Health Services from creating any rules which either directly or indirectly prohibit the use of manually flushing devices for urinals.
All right.
Yeah. The department shall take steps to encourage the use of manual flushing devices for urinals. So, why? I don't understand.
I have no idea.
Like the whole concept of use your own hand to flush your own toilet. We're not, you can't put an auto flush urinal in your establishment.
It could be, hear me out here, like a water saving thing. Cause
It could be.
you ever been to you've
Oh
used an
yeah,
automatic toilet, and that
you
son of a
literally
bitch,
squat in front of it and it just flushes on its very own.
right? And then your
It
butt
could
gets
be
wet.
because this next one is kind of water related too. This next one, no annoying sprinklers.
All right.
All right, so Sheboygan added a city code, section 70-153, that states no persons shall, with purpose or intent, sprinkle their property in any manner to distress or annoy others. Like
Somebody,
who had the most insane, stupid sprinkler that was loud as hell?
or somebody like dicked around and made sure that it like sprayed their neighbor's car or something right at the time they were going to work or some shit,
Right.
and was just some, and they were like, no, 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 this has to change. Like somebody had beef with a neighbor, and that's
Right.
how that law came about. You just know it.
All right. So now cheddar has to. All right. So lots of folks in Wisconsin focus. Cheese is a thing.
Yeah, they're cheeseheads.
Cheese should be highly pleasing, but that's only for. I guess there's different grades of cheddar. So like double A cheddar,
Uh-huh.
B cheddar only has to be fairly pleasing. But the Wisconsin Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection rules surrounding these cheeses are much stranger. They don't define what makes cheese any form of pleasing, but they do define 18 terms for flavor characteristics of cheese and 20 for body and texture characteristics, all of which have further regulatory definitions. So, like, your cheese has to hit some, like, serious shit for you to be able to release it.
Then, here's my question. Who said that Limburger cheese was pleasing? Because that shit smells like feet.
I don't know that I've ever tried it.
I
I
wouldn't.
don't.
So, fun fact, my Nana, because she's from Wisconsin, she's a cheesehead, she would order Limburger cheese to be brought here to this house. And the
Ew.
mail carrier would come running to the door, arms fully extended with the box, saying, "Please get this away from me. It stunk up my whole car."
So just for fun fact knowledge, what is your favorite type of cheese?
My favorite type of cheese, I'd have to say Gouda.
That's yeah.
I
I could see
like
it.
Gouda. And that's a new
I'm,
thing for me. But I'm lactose intolerant, so.
this is true. I kind of suffer from that, but I mean, but that doesn't stop me from making poor decisions
Me
with
either.
cheese and ice cream and all other things.
If
I
I
honestly
eat.
have to say, like, it really depends on what it's going with.
That's also true.
Um, but I'm kind of like, I I like Munster cheese.
I don't know that I've really even had
It's
it.
so good. That on like a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich or a burger, it is so good. Or like a good cheddar jack.
Mm.
I like it.
Yeah, I do like a
Not a
good.
yeah. No, Colby Jack is what
Yeah,
I'm
I was
thinking.
gonna say
Colby
I
Jack.
do like a good Colby Jack cheese.
I don't like pepper jack.
No, I'm
I
a
don't.
weenie. I don't eat that much spicy food, but
Now
I'm.
we go to O'Charlie's and get those cheese square, cheese triangles, whatever cheese wedges.
Mm.
They're good. They got some kick to them, but they are good. Okay, so on to the next one.
Mm.
Um, State Statute 86.025 says that you cannot camp in a wagon on a public highway.
What kind of wagon? Like a car
Like a
wagon?
covered wagon. Like a horse and buggy covered wagon.
I think it's time to update the laws.
The statute also mentions tents, but seems to be okay if you're there in a truck, sedan, or SUV. Wagons, however, are forbidden, and you could be punished by a fine of up to, get ready for it, $10.
I just feel like these laws, and sometimes it's just outdated. Why does it still exist? Who's rolling up in their
Oh,
covered wagon?
it only gets better. It only gets better. Um, not Warsaw, Walsall, WAUSAU, Municipal Code, Chapter 9.08.020, states that, and I quote, no person shall throw or shoot any object, stone, arrow, snowball, or other missile or projectile by hand or by any other means at any other person or at, in, or into any building, street, sidewalk, alley, highway, park, playground, or other public place within the city. No throwing snowballs. It snows. Sorry, kids, you're not having fun today. You're going to jail if you do. It's Wisconsin.
That's crazy.
It snows.
That's.
I mean, I get it. Like,
But also, too, like, my dad got hit in the eye with.
snowball.
Yeah, my dad got hit in the eye with a snowball once, and it, like, blinded him for a while. It had a rock in it, though.
That's like real life Christmas story.
Right. You'll take your eye out.
Okay, so this law kind of concerns me in the fact that how many accidents that had to happen before this was written
Oh no.
to legislate the right way of trains. But whenever two trains meet at an intersection, neither shall proceed until the other one has. That's what it says. No, like it doesn't help figure out who goes first. It just says whenever two trains meet at an intersection, neither shall proceed until the other one has. Make that make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm just like,
My brain hurts thinking about that.
yeah, I don't know, fam.
Yeah, that's no. I read that and I was like, way to go, Wisconsin. Way to go.
Stick with the cheese.
If we really looked into it, I'm so sure Tennessee sucks just as bad. So.
Oh yeah, I can't. We'll come up with a reason to do Tennessee laws one of these days.
Okay, so an old Milwaukee law that was meant to cut down on vagabonds still exists and says offensive looking folks can't be in public during the day. Offensive looking folks.
What does that
constitutes as
mean?
offensive? Like,
What does that mean?
I who knows?
I mean, who determines what's offensive?
The law itself is offensive. I don't understand.
I don't get it. See?
Wisconsin drivers have to yield right of way to livestock on public roads.
I get it.
Right.
But how many people hit cows before they were like, you know what? We got to do something.
Yeah. Whoever is leading the livestock drive shall use reasonable care for vehicular traffic, but still, Bessie the cow, Porky the pig, and Rudy the rooster all have the right to cross the road, is what this article says. I got this article also, by the way, on, what is the name of this website? Oh man, I don't have it right here in front of me.
I think you sent it.
I sent it to you. I think it's like Only in Your State or something like that. Onlyinyourstate.com. I'm pretty sure. We'll link it in the
Yeah, it'll be linked. Yeah, it's only in your state.com.
Got you. According to the state statute 944.16, adultery is a class 1 felony punishable by $10,000 and 3 years in jail. This one's been on the books since 1849, but that doesn't make it any less relevant.
Right.
So,
how many people do you think are actually getting charged with adultery?
Oh, hell no. Ain't nobody getting charged with that, I'm so sure. I say that. I'm sure that there are. I'm sure that there are a lot of, like, divorce cases and stuff that may result in that. Yeah. But I don't think that, like...
But you're going to have a lot of proof.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, he cheating.
Yeah. Let's see. Apparently... St. Croix hates the Badgers. This is a sports thing.
Yeah.
It says, listen, we know that it's 200 miles closer to Minneapolis than Madison, but it's still in Wisconsin and not go for territory. So St. Croix's ban on women in the color red seems like a full-on Badger attack. That's what the article says. Oh man, I love this one. It's illegal to harass a seeing eye dog.
Oh. That's a good one.
I mean, I like it because how often do you see, like, people stop and say, you know, see these service dogs and they're like, oh, let me pet your dog, even though they clearly have a vest on that says, don't touch me, I'm working, or, you know, something like that. I get it. I'm a sucker for a dog. Like, I love all the puppies. I want to love on all of them, and I mean... I've been known to stop people in public and be like, let me pet your dog.
Yeah. But then you've got, like, the fake service animals, too, that are just, like, asking to be touched.
Right.
Which, don't even get me started about fake service animals, because I could give an entire episode on how my feelings about that.
When we were in Savannah, there was a lady on one of our tour groups, so we did, like, one of the haunted Savannah tours.
Mm.
She had a dog with her that was being trained to be an emotional support dog.
Mm.
And, like, he was the best puppy. He was so cute and, like, behaved so well.
Yeah.
And all I wanted to do was love on him the entire time, but I was trying to leave him alone the whole time we were walking. But he would just, like, come and sit on my, like, when we'd stop, there was a couple stops that we made, he'd, like, sit on my foot.
Aww.
And she's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I love it.
I want him to touch me.
Yeah. I think if I'm remembering correctly, it was a corgi. It was the cutest.
Aww. See, you know, if they're not behaved like that, they are not a real service animal.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Did you know that in Racine, that it's illegal to wake up a firefighter when they're sleeping?
No.
I like that too. Our men in, you know, on the fire departments and stuff, they work hard. They need their sleep now.
Yeah.
I do know some of them personally that, like, I've seen sleep for hours and hours and hours and ignore calls because everybody else goes out on them. But, like, you know these guys have been working hard, so let them sleep. I like that. I think that's a good law.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think this is my last one. So apparently, like, you can go to like parks and stuff and find parks where people are just sitting around playing chess or checkers and stuff like that.
Oh, like in in TV shows and stuff, like old men
Yeah.
playing chess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's illegal to play checkers in public because it's illegal to say "king me."
What?
Yeah. So, like,
That is weird.
why?
That's
Why?
got to
Like,
be an old law. That's got to be an old law.
it doesn't say when it came into law, but yeah, it's illegal to say "king me."
Good Lord.
So,
Wow.
there is that. There is that. So if anybody that is listening, if you're from Wisconsin and you know of any other weird facts, laws, weird places that we did not mention, hit us up. Let us know on our Twitter, on our Facebook, on our email, wanderersofweird@gmail.com.
We're also
Make sure
on
that
the Instagram, too.
Oh, listen,
I haven't posted anything there, so
I haven't either, but I don't even know if it's a thing. I've been fighting with Instagram on it, so
I think it is, but
is it? So I signed up for Instagram for us, you guys, and it immediately, like, I did not put any information on there except for my email address, and it immediately was like, banned. You can't do this. You've been locked, and
it's messed up.
like, I literally put nothing on.
Wow.
So I've been kind of fighting with them. But yes, find us. If you can find us on there, awesome. Let us know. Make sure that you're following us on all of our platforms. Give us
We're most active on the Facebook page.
we really are. We try to get stuff posted on there, if not every day, every other day. It's been Thanksgiving season, and so
We've
been kind of
all
slacking.
been, and like your whole family's been sick, and then me and Danny got sick.
Yes, we've had 4 out of 5 of our members have the flu over the past week, and so we spent Thanksgiving at home, relaxing. We had food brought to us, or my husband had to go and get food from his family, and then my mom brought me some food from my family gathering. So, we've been kind of not been feeling up to it, but we're trying to get back into the swing of it. So like I said, if the audio's off today, sorry. Maybe this is the best sounding episode we've had.
Yeah, we don't know. It's also our longest episode, by the way. We're over an hour now.
I did not expect that.
Me either. But
well, let us know what you think, guys.
Alright, and we will see you next time.
Oh yeah, and thanks again, guys, for over 100 downloads.
We really appreciate you guys. That was really exciting.
That's huge for us, and we're looking forward to another 100. We've already busted through 115, I believe. So
yeah, I think it was 118 when I checked this morning. 118 downloads. So
thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you.
All right, we thank you, and we hope that you continue to enjoy our content.
We'll see you guys, or we'll talk to you guys next week.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.